What's up, guys? Well, my name's Ethan. Welcome to my first video. Welcome to my channel for poker vlogs and stuff. So don't know how you stumbled across this video, but I'm glad you're here. So welcome. Hopefully this video is gonna be entertaining for you guys. Hopefully you guys like it. Stick around because I'll be posting more videos in the future. But for now, this is my first one. Here's a mess. Whatever. But a little bit about me, I guess. I am a relatively new poker player. I'm kind of like you guys. For people watching, I like watching YouTube videos, like watching hand reviews, like watching other people play poker. So I figured I know how to make videos, so why not give it a shot, right? It's kind of an experiment. So if you guys like this video, it's entertaining for you guys, let me know because I'll probably make more. I'll get a camera, make things a little more professional. But for now, I'm gonna do it very, very basic style where I'm probably going to head out and just record a bunch of hand reviews and kind of record myself talking about them. Because right now that's all I can do. I don't really have a camera. I'm probably going to be a little more professional next time. This is going to be my 5th time going to actually play poker. So that's how new I am. So I'm not really good, I don't think. But hopefully you guys can learn from my mistakes. Hopefully I'm entertaining enough where you guys stick around for future videos. I'm going to go to Twin River in Rhode Island, if you guys know where that is. That's the only one that's closest to me. Not very close to it, but it's closest to me. And play some 1-2. Obviously, I'm not going to go crazy with 2-5 because I don't even know how to play 1-2 yet. Not even that profitable at 1-2. But hopefully you guys, I don't know, like the video. Hopefully I do well-ish. I'll report back to you with the hands I have, and we'll get after it. So I got home. And I'm back here after my trip to Twin River, the casino, and I thought, I should probably go over the hands that I just played, right? I feel like that kind of makes sense to talk about what just happened. That's really the whole point of making this video. So, yeah, I kind of skipped the whole, intermission part where, a lot of vloggers make it really artsy, where they go to their car, drive the car, park the car, all that fun stuff. Totally skipped all of that because, I know for me, when I'm watching videos, I just skip those parts. So I figured it would make sense for me to skip this part for the first video, and you guys should let me know if you guys actually enjoy those parts. I know it makes everything, a lot artsier and cooler, but for me, I always just wanted to watch the videos to hear about the hands and hear what happened and listen to the mistakes and stuff like that. That was always, the entertainment value of it, but let me know if you guys actually want to see that. I will do that next time. But for now, I kind of skipped it. So into the hands. Hand number 1. Interesting enough, hand number 1 starts with, is actually the first hand I've ever played. First cards I've ever dealt with. It's literally you sat down, bought the button because I missed the blinds. And on the button, 4 limpers. Take a look, 4 limpers, call in for $2 because it's a 1-2 game. It doesn't really matter, right? And look down at my cards and I see pocket aces. Nice red aces there. Great way to start off the session, right? Just sitting down, you get aces, and you're like, all right, I'll raise to 15, which is what I do. I figured, in a 1-2 game, 4 limpers, 15 is pushing it. I feel like I could have gone bigger, but I went with 15. I get 2 callers. I think the early position person and middle position called. Regardless, I'm in great position. I'm on the button. And the flop comes 6 of hearts, 3 clubs, and 9 diamonds. 6, 3, 9, rainbow. Absolutely should brick most ranges, but it's 1-2, so you never know. So I should be looking in good shape. I look around at the board. It's a random board. Probably shouldn't connect with too many people. I would only expect probably 1 pair hands. And the early position actually opens to 50. Without really any hesitation, just throws 50 on there. And then it gets tricky where the middle position actually shoves all in for 110, effectively, pretty much. And I'm left with the decision with what do I do? First hand, sitting down, I get pocket aces. The board runs out super weird, 6, 3, 9. And someone bets 50, the other person shoves, and I have pocket aces. And I'm thinking, there's no flush draw on board. There's a random 4-5 open-ender for a straight, and I figured I have to be ahead in 10 out of 10 cases. And also, I'm a new player, so I figured, you know what, let's just shove as well. So I bought in for 200, and I'm shoving for all 200 now because the early position guy covers everyone. Early position has a stack of 400 or so. I'm with 200, and the middle position just shoved for a 110. So I figured I would shove just to try to get the initial raiser out of the pocket and out of the hand, but no, he calls pretty quickly. Then turn comes Jack of Spades, and the river is the 2 of diamonds. And I show first, because I'm like, pocket aces, yep, I'm good, just give me the money. Middle position then shows 6-3 for 2 pair. Interesting enough. So he shoved 6-3 for 2 pairs. Hopefully, at least I can win like the side pot, maybe. And the early position guy shows pocket sixes. So I lose that one. I start off the session down 200, down a whole stack, down a whole max buy-in, which is not the way to go. I reload, and we continue. For the second notable hand that I came across in the session comes with me in the small blind, and we have an early position limp, a middle position raises to $8, which is pretty low, pretty standard for a normal raise, I guess. 2 calls behind him, and actually not to me, and I figured, looking down at pocket deuces, I figured I'd raise to $25. You know, I figured, you know, there's 4 people in the hand right now, trying to knock some people out, get some free money. There's a lot of dead money on the table. So with pocket deuces, I raise it to 25, and I get 2 callers. So pot is already at like $96, something like that, 80 something, $96. I'm pretty sure it's around $96, and that's a pretty big pot size for pre-flop action in a 1-2 game, or at least from my experiences. The flop comes king 7-4 with 2 spades, so I'm not looking too great. And I'm also out of position. I'm first to act on the small blind, so things aren't looking too great for me. But I figured the 2 other people I'm with, one looks pretty weak, and the other one was an averaged player. So I figured I'd try to bet at least once. I'd at least barrel once, try to get the first person out. So I bet 35, and the original raiser, who I think perceives as pretty weak, he looks pretty weak, calls, and then the other guy folds. So I did my job. At least I got one person to fold. I was ideally hoping to take down the pot, because my hand looks pretty strong. My hand reps a king, for sure, but I don't have one. Obviously, I have literally the bottom pair, which doesn't do anything for me. But onto the turn, heads up onto the turn. Turn comes jack of diamonds, so helps out his range more than mine, for sure. I'm repping the king. That's pretty much all I'm doing, and I'm first act again, so I double barrel, and I bet 50. And he thinks for a little bit, which is a good sign. He doesn't like snap call or anything. He thinks for maybe like 30 seconds or so, tosses the chips in there, and sees what happens. So that's not the best sign, not the worst sign in the world, I guess. He might be, I don't know, I feel like he has me beat for sure. He probably has like a 7, or I think a jack too. But as of right now, I'm repping the king. That's all I'm going for. The heads up to the river. River comes to 7 of hearts. And now I think, look, I already committed a lot of my stack into this pot already. I have a lot of money in there, so I figured let's just triple barrel and see what happens. So I bet 75 into a pot of 246. 75 is, I chose this sizing because I only had maybe 110 behind, and I figured me betting 75 looks a lot stronger, looks like a value bet compared to me just shoving all in. I felt like at the time me shoving looks like a bluff, and then me betting a smaller amount kind of looking like a value bet in such a pot that's already so big. He thinks for a while. Actually, to him, he thinks for quite some time. He was looking at his chips. He was about to place one down. I grabbed my cards because I thought he was gonna bet. I thought he was gonna jam or something. But he makes the fold, and I take that one down, luckily. I feel like I played that decently well, but really, it's just him making a huge mistake, I feel like. So I got lucky with that one. Hand number 3 of the session comes with me in the cutoff. Under the gun, straight up just raises to 11, which is fine. Under the gun plus 2, 3 bets to min raise to $25, which isn't that bad. Guy 2 seats to my right, middle position, cold calls. And I look down at ace-jack of hearts, and I figured, you know, I would 4-bet in this situation, but I'll just make the call, because it's 25 and the pot's already huge, and I figured I could get some money in there, so, you know, I'll make the call. Like, thinking back on it, maybe I could have 4-bet, but making the call, and then the undergun calls as well for just 13 more, or 14 more, so pot's at pre-flop plots at 103. Again, another big pot ensuing. So we go 4 ways to the flop, and the flop comes decent, not bad. 9, queen, 3, all of hearts. So I flop the nuts, which is great news. And even better news, under the gun, first act, throws out a bet of 70. Just throws out 70, I don't know why.
But that was, I mean, this is the first time I've ever flopped the nuts before. And him throwing 70, I was like, there's no way. Checked my cards again, and I was like, I guess I have it. But do I have it? I don't even know. The Under the Gun +2 now shoves all in for about 130. So just about 60 more. I'm thinking, like, this is like a fairy tale, right? Like, would the middle position guy shove too? Like, are you kidding? Middle position looks around the table for a while. He tanks and folds. He looks at me. I look at him. And he folds, unfortunately. Couldn't take his money. I think about shoving. I think about calling. At the end of the day, I end up making the call. And the under the gun guy says, well, the other guy doesn't have a heart. He like openly says, I don't have a heart. So he just folds. I don't know why. He even bet 70 in the first place. Maybe he has a queen? I have no idea. Maybe he has a queen, he has top pair, bet 70 on a board like that. So then under goes +2 shows king 8 of hearts. I show ace jack, like I said. We scooped that one. So that was pretty nice to see. That was a pretty easy one. Pretty easy call by me. Didn't really make any mistakes. Couldn't really make any mistakes. And I think I got max value. I got as much value as I possibly can. Stacking the other person, so that's always good. So the next one we have, I'm in middle position, and undergun +2 raises to $11, $12. And I'm in middle position looking down at pocket tens, so I make the call. And everyone else folds, unfortunately. So no action, really just heads up to the flop there on a $27 pot. Smaller, which is not bad. Flop comes king 10-3 with 2 hearts on there. So flop middle pair, or middle set, not too bad, you know? Undergun +2 unfortunately checks. I bet 25, just about a pot-sized bet. Probably, I mean, looking back on it now, probably could have had a lower sizing, but I figured really didn't want to slow play it, wanted to get some value, but he ends up making the fold. I scoop up a quick $27 pot, you know, pocket tens. I don't know, the only way I think I could have played it better was probably betting a little bit less, probably half pot or a quarter or third pot. But I didn't really want to slow play it, just wanted to get some value. 25 seems a little bit too big now because he folded, but probably wouldn't change anything. Just kind of lucked out there and scooped a small little pot there. And last hand of the session, last hand of this video that I'm going to be going over here is me under the gun when I look down at king 10 of hearts. So I said, hey, I literally planned this out. I was up money and I figured, you know what? Blinds are coming to me. I'm just going to leave after this. I've been playing for 4 hours or so. And I have king 10 hearts. Not too bad. I'll limp, put in $2 there, see what happens. I have 3 other limpers behind me and action onto the cutoff. He ends up betting around $35. And action's back to me, the blinds fold, and I'm thinking he has to have a premium hand. Because I think from all my experiences, someone who raises or bets $35 pre-flop in a 1-2 game has either aces, kings, or queens. That's it. I don't think jacks would ever pre-flop raise $35. So he has aces, kings, or queens, and I have a king, so I'm blocking the king, so I'm putting him on either aces or queens. And I'm figuring, look, $35, an extra 33, not great math at all, by the way. Extra 33, and I'm up money. I figured I just want to see a flop and see what happens. So I make the call, and everyone else folds. So heads up to the flop. Flop comes 9, 10, 6, 2 hearts. So I flop a flush draw, you know, king eye flush draw, not too bad. And he still has, I'm assuming, aces or queens. I check when the action's on me. He bets 55. And into a pot of 84, the percentages don't actually work out at all. I was in the moment, and I figured, let's just gamble. I make the call, and the turn comes the queen of hearts now. So that's just a tricky spot for me. I don't know how, I'm just too new. I put him on aces or queens, and that was it. And I figured, look, he either has it or he doesn't. And I turn a king high flush, and I'm thinking he might have turned the top set with queens, because that's really realistically all you can have, either queens or aces. And action on me, and I figured, you know what, we're just gonna gamble. He has a small stack, about like 125 effective, so I figured I'd bet 75, and if he calls, then he has it. If he doesn't, then he doesn't have it, I guess, because I wouldn't put him on a flush draw because he bet so much on the he bet over half pot on the flop. I bet 75. He's just snap shoves all in, and I really don't know what to do. I'm thinking like he probably has it, he probably doesn't have it. It's an extra 50 into a pot of that will be around 400 at least 444, and I put so much money in already. So I end up making the call, and the river's a brick. He shows pocket queens, like I suspected, and I lose that one. And yeah, I mean, I figured when I look back on it, it still bothered me because I knew what he had. I put him on the exact range, but I feel like I just can't find the fold button. So I played for about 4 hours. That's usually how long I usually play. I bought in for 400, left the table with around 674. Even after losing that big pot, I was still up around 274. So 4 hours, once 274. Good start to the vlog. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you made it this long into the video, please definitely leave a like, subscribe, because I don't have any subscribers because it's my first video. So please leave a comment below what I can improve on, what I should do. If you have any advice or if you just want to talk, PM me, message me. I'm open. I read all the comments. I will reply to the comments. You can comment below too. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching this first episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and be sure to look out for more in the future. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys later.